So this year marks America's 250th anniversary and 25 years since the attack on September 11th.
The 9/11 Memorial and Museum just unveiled a special exhibit to commemorate these milestones. It's called Our Flag Was Still There. And our own Steve Doocy was there. He joins us now. Hey, Steve.
Hey, LJ and Brian, good morning to both of you. The 9/11 Memorial and Museum just opened this exhibit that looks at the American flag's role on September 11, 2001. They've gathered the most iconic flags from that time, like that flag that those 3 firefighters raised on the rubble, you remember that? And one that actually flew on the mission that got bin Laden. What makes this display so powerful is how quickly just looking at those flags in person takes you back to that terrible day when our flag became a symbol of hope for all of us. This is a big year for the United States. 250 years as a country, and it was 25 years ago that September 11th happened. I'm here at the National Memorial and Museum in Lower Manhattan, and they've got a brand new installation called Our Flag Was Still There, and it reminds us of that terrible day that brought us all together and brought many to serve.
We're excited to open to the public this new installation on American flags. After 9/11, the flag was incredibly important to Americans who wanted to feel a sense of connection to each other, a sense of hope, a sense of resilience, who were inspired to serve.
Yeah.
So for us to open a new installation here in Foundation Hall that centers on the American flag is a great chance to connect the resilience that we found after the terrible attacks of 9/11 and the country's history.
Old Glory flies all over this city, all over this nation.
After 9/11, everybody was flying a flag. What does a flag symbolize to you?
Freedom. Complete freedom.
Reminds me of September 12th when we were all one. You know, everybody came together. In my opinion, that was the true meaning of what America is.
You and I remember 9/11 vividly. Your dad was here. I was broadcasting that day.
It looks like something out of a movie. There is a huge hole in the side of tower number 1.
My father was in the South Tower on 9/11. He was a first responder. He was a FDNY fire marshal and a warrant officer in the Army. Him and Battalion Chief Oriole Palmer made it to the 78th floor of the South Tower, which is actually where the plane had impacted the building that morning. And so radio transmissions confirm that him and Chief Palmer were providing first aid to the injured people and putting water on the fire when the tower collapsed.
Thousands didn't make it out, including people who went in to help save lives.
And you made a sacrifice because after your dad died, he'd been a Green Beret, and you quit your job and you went into the military and you became a Green Beret.
Yep.
And then you started a life of service.
So the American flag, given his service and sacrifice, has a very special place in his heart, and that was passed down to me and you know, my continued service to the country.
Of the new flags on display, is there one that has special meaning for you?
I think the one that jumps out the most is actually the fragment of the flag that was found at Ground Zero.
This is a fragment of a flag picked up at Ground Zero by a paramedic, one of many first responders who came to help in New York's moment of greatest need. This flag, we're grateful to have in the museum right now, flew on the side of the Pentagon. It was unfurled by Army soldiers and firefighters who got the biggest flag that they could find. The military was authorized to use a garrison flag. You can see how big it is. It's gigantic, even just folded up.
Those stars are bigger than my head. That flag is that big.
This is an Army helicopter crew member flying one of many flags that the service members, when they left the United States to deploy in the wars after 9/11, took with them to inspire folks.
It is not this flag, though, because there were no pictures taken from Geronimo, the operation to take out bin Laden, and that's the flag.
This was carried by a crew member in their armored vest on that mission.
He wrote in Sharpie, 5/1/11, May 1st, 2011, Geronimo. NS, Neptune Spear.
The name of the operation, that's correct. And the 15th anniversary of that is coming up on May 1st this year.
When I think of the symbolism of the flag, it's, you know, the service and sacrifice and a belief greater than oneself. You know, not just my father's sacrifice, but you know, as I went on to combat and buried my brothers that died in combat, it's, you know, their sacrifice as well and their casket that was draped in that flag. And, you know, as we reflect on the 250-year history of our country, I'm just forever grateful for people that have made that sacrifice for us.
Remember how everybody had flags on their houses and their cars and their lapels back then? I remember. Brian, you remember, you were in the chair with me that day. But here's a stunning fact. 1/3 of Americans alive today were born after September 11th or are too young and have no personal memory of what happened that day. It is a super powerful exhibit. You got to check it out.
It explains a lot, too, because we're losing at patriotism. I remember I was in the 3rd grade, and it was a traumatic moment.
Yeah, I mean, they did an unbelievable job of that memorial. It's as good as it gets, and everyone pitched in. It took a while. They've rebuilt everything downtown. For the longest time, the story was, what are they going to put down there?
Right.
And Donald Trump at the time said, I want to put it exactly the same. And I remember that was his pitch for a while. And then they decided to do what they did, and they did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Right. You know, my favorite flag, though, is the one that is iconic where the 3 firefighters raise it on the rubble. You know, it always looked peculiar to me. I didn't realize what they had done was they found a flagpole sticking out of what was probably rubble next to what had been the Marriott Hotel down there. And they said, let's put up a flag. There were no flags there, but there was a 130-foot yacht across West Side Highway called the Star of America. And they went over and they took that flag off. And that's the one that stood as such a symbol to all of us in that very dark time.
Yeah,
great job, Steve.
Yeah, great job. And of course, we can't forget 25 years since the attacks.
Yep.
And Frank Stiller single-handedly kept that whole memory alive.
Remember, catch Brian on the radio 9 to noon.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.